Alright, this is my first stream that's going to be, like, public after it's done. Normally my streams are just thrown into a playlist and kept unlisted because I don't like to keep them flooding my video tab, but I did a vote and, well, I held a poll and, people said they wanted my streams to be public on my channel, so I'm going to start doing that now. I do need to send out the link. I think I figured out how to get it early. Oh, okay, apparently that's not the link. Hold on. One moment. And you may have heard that my audio is on. But yeah, I've made a lot of improvements since my last stream. In the way I do a lot of stuff, actually. Like for example, I have this now, so you can actually see. Hold on, I gotta close Discord. You can actually see the game better now. When it's focused, it switches to a scene where you can see the game better, and then I can click off it, and it goes out, so you can see my entire screen. So yeah, this will be useful. It's fully automatic. But it's character in my profile picture. It's from my game Mop. If you just look through my games on my itch.io, you'll find it. Okay. Also, I've added... Hold on. Oh boy. Okay. Just keep an eye on my phone because there's going to be an AC repair guy coming. Okay, so yeah, I now have this. If you look at that link on the top right. Are you kidding me? Okay, that wasn't the AC guy. I'm good. I need to get my phone away from my microphone. But yeah, I've added this so people can see what I've been working on. So people don't have to keep asking what I'm working on. Yeah, that'll be nice. Alright, so yeah, today, I wanted to work on a few things. I wanted to, well, first of all, I'll get rid of the infinite dashing I've got here. This is a bit of a problem. Also, I wanted to get rid of the infinite jumping, and I wanted to sort of lock the camera so that I can make this a bit of an open world type game. Just like bigger, have more space. But I need to lock the camera around wherever you last stood on the ground, so you can't just like fly away. And then yeah, there's a couple things I want to work on here, and then I do want to work on new enemies. Although I don't think I'll get to that. So yeah, first thing is going to be the camera, though. The light outline looks nice. Thanks. Use Love2D. Love2D's, from what I've seen, it's arguably better than Pygame. So there's nothing wrong with using it. I mean, just use what you want to use. Because if you're doing game development, there's probably more people using Lua and Love2D than like Python and Pygame. But if like you're trying to get a job though, then yeah, you're more likely to get a job with Python. Goodness, my phone's going off. Okay. Alright, so need to work on that one. Also, I changed my Atom theme, and I should probably zoom in so you guys can see a bit better. There we go. It makes it hard for me to look at a lot of code at once, but I mean, it's better for you guys, probably. So, this is settings. I'm just gonna close everything. I got too much stuff open here. Alright. So, It's going to be, I could put it into the camera's code. So self.restriction point equals, and then I'll do none for now. And I'll do def set restriction. Self position. So it'll pass it a position and the camera will be kind of locked to a specific area around that point and won't be able to go too far past that. And that'll be what's used to keep the player from going too far away. So self dot restriction point equals list position. That's effectively taking a copy, but it'll work with a tuple or a list. Do I always do pixel art based games? In terms of artwork, not necessarily, but the style is always pixels. The reasoning is that that's just what I can. You can make non-pixel art games with Pygame, but the performance isn't as good, and you can't go as heavy with visual effects. But that's my style preference anyway, so I just stick with that. And I mean, that's the artwork I can do as well. I can draw it to some extent outside of pixel art, but arguably not as well. Alright, so okay, I need to take this position here and lock the camera around it to a certain distance. So it's probably going to be based on this here. Oh boy. Self.lock distance equals how far can the camera go from that spot, basically. I'll do 200 pixels because there's going to be a lot of aerial combat in this game. So I need to cap this position around the restriction point. Actually, what I should do is I was thinking about starting the restriction point as a top left position, but that's probably a bad idea because the size of the camera's view could change. So, boy. So I need to cap the position in some way. So if self.true position, I was thinking about doing it with the min and max functions built into Python, but it's not going to work too well because there's a few extra steps I've got to do to account for the restriction point being based on the center. So if that point plus self.restriction point 0 is more than actually no, I want the difference, and then plus self.game.window.display.getWidth. If that is more than self.lock distance, then I've gone too far. And this equals this minus the distance to center of the window, and then I can add this. This is just balancing a equation, essentially, the way I've swapped things around. And then now I have to do this for the other direction. So is less than negative. Then wait, if it's negative, that means the restriction point is quite a bit higher, which means the camera's left. Yeah, that's about right. So instead of doing plus lock distance, it's going to become minus, and then gotta do this for the y-axis. I think there's something I'm missing here. There. And then the widths need to be swapped for heights. And in theory, that should be it. There we go. Now I just need to lock the camera with the set restrictions function, or set restriction function. So that just needs to be done whenever I hit the ground as the player. So where is the player? Alright, I forgot it's an own entity, so it's in a subfolder. Alright. So it's under update. I need to find the collision section, and this is where it does well, I need to do it specifically if it's bottom. So if collisions bottom, self.game.world.camera.setRestrictions, and it needs to be based on the player's position there. So self.center. I don't remember if that's a function or what, so I'm gonna have to pull up the entity base class to take a look at that. Okay, so it is a property, so I just have to do self.center. Now, no. Right. It only can do this if the restriction point is not none. If self.restriction point, and let's grab all this, indent it. Okay. There we go. So it did get restricted. I'm not sure how much I want to restrict it by. Well, actually, I can. I think you need to still be able to see the land on the minimap. That's important. And then this is going below. And this is to the side. But if I stand here, it unlocks, and I can go further. Later on, I'm going to make it so it kills you if you go too far off the screen or something like that. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I just needed that to get a feel for things. Yeah, I want to give like enough space to do some combat away from the islands. I just don't want the player to be like able to travel very long distances with no islands connecting it, so I can kind of create pathways. Okay. So, why does my atom look cool? It's a theme. I only use Vim for work. Vim is, I don't like it on its own, typically. Yeah, the file browsing is good and whatnot with Atom. I mean, technically, with NeoVim, there's ways to do all that stuff, but still, I don't really like it. I don't think I'll be doing the next Ludum Dare. I'm a little bit burned out on Game Jam, so I'm just going to wait till the next Alka Jam, probably. Yeah, Pygame is kind of similar to Love2D from what I've seen. I've seen a lot of people go back and forth between the two. And one of the people that I used as my main references when just making games, does a lot of stuff with Love2D. Although it's not like a code reference, it's more of a design reference. Can you get a cookie? I don't have any. This is not VS Code. Okay. So yeah, what is next? Oh, I need to do a performance test on dictionaries with Python to ensure that I'm not gonna start lagging if this world gets too large. So for that, oh boy, gotta keep an eye on my phone for AC guy. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do this a bit of a different way. Hold on. I'm going to make a new script here. Actually, I can do it in here. New file, test performance.py. So my dict equals this. For I in range. Let's test it with 10 million. I think that's a way you can do syntax. I think that's allowed. I think I've seen people do that, although I don't think the syntax highlighting's liking it. I need random. Import random. My dict, and then random.random 0 to, let's do 1 million. Well, what? 10,000? That's 100,000. 10,000. And I do that. Equals random.random 0 to 100,000. So now what I need to check is the lookup times, because this is how my tile system's set up. I do not have a chunk system in this one. It's just looking up the specific tile locations that should be visible. And I'm a little bit worried about the performance. So I'm gonna do def lookup d v equals d no, if what's gonna be, well, location equals random.random 0. I'm going to copy this thing actually, equals this. If location in D, v equals d, and then for I in range, I need to be able to do like 1,000 lookups. Lookup d start equals time.time. Need to import time, and print time.time minus start. So this is going to tell me if I've got good enough performance on this. Oh, that's not good. It could be the creation. That's taking a while though. I'm curious what my CPU is doing. Hold on, I'm gonna kill it so I can know when it starts. Print start. Come on. Creating those 10 million. I don't think I'm gonna have 10 million tiles in the world. But how big is that? That's like. Wait a second. Hold on. I need to see the progress here. Print. No. If I percent 50. No, wait, not 50. I need to do like 100,000. My dictionary. I need print. No. If I percent 1 10, well, 10,000, no, 100,000 is 0, print I. Uh-huh. Oh, that's 1 million. So I have to wait for it to go to 10. It's creating a massive dictionary. Very, very slowly. How long have I been programming for? Almost 8 years. Oh, the game in the background? The thing I'm working on right, like, for the stream is a combat experiment for that, devlog project. If this goes well, I'm going to implement that this combat system into the devlog project, and I'll move forward with it. Ooh. Perfect. That's some very, very good lookup times. What is that? Time to just divide by 1. Divide by 60? Wait, no. Divide by 1. How many times can this be done in a second? No. It's 1 divided by 8. So I can do this. I can look up 1,000 of these locations 250 times per second with 10 million tiles. So the only issue here is map loading times. If my if my map is too large, it's going to take a while for the game to load it. But I mean, 10 million tiles is a lot. I mean, if it gets that large, I can just add a loading bar. And it won't hit 10 million. That's an extreme case. I mean, 1 million seems extreme, but yeah, I can do loading bar. Something like that. Anyways, I don't need this file anymore because I know that works. I participated in Pi Week once and I didn't like it. There were a lot of toxic people and some people going around and giving everyone, I think it was either 1s or 0s, I forgot what the lowest rating was, but they were going around and giving every entry the lowest possible rating so that they would win, and they got one of the highest ranked games. So like, it's kind of toxic. Like, also the comments were toxic. There were people making fun of other people's games in the comments because they're anonymous and they don't get revealed until the end of the jam. So I mean, I just don't want to really be involved with that. Yeah. It's astonishing how good the avatar looks. I noticed just this morning that there's kind of a mistake on the cheek polygon. Let's see if I can get it so you can see it. If you look, there's 2 ridges on my cheek. I don't have my mouse visible. Oh, you can't really see it. You can't see it when I'm down here for some reason. I don't know why. But there's like 2 ridges on the cheek. One at the base of the ear, and the other one I misplaced one of the polygons, it looks like, and it looks like it's folding out from the inside. And that needs to be fixed at some point. Please write on the screen I use Adam. I mean, it used to say that, like, if I pull this thing down, it says right here, Adam. But with my old setup where you could see my whole screen, like taskbar and everything, it said on the screen that I was using Adam, and people still ask. You know, I should get a bot and just ban the word IDE from the description. I sorry, from the chat. Alright. You're going to try making one of these avatar things when you get a laptop? Oh, speaking of getting laptops, I'm gonna have to get a laptop soon because, well, I've been attending classes online for the past year, and I'm finally going to be taking some of my college classes in person, and I don't have a laptop to take notes on. The only laptops I have are, like, one of them I think is 7 or 8 years old, and then the other one's over a decade old, and they both don't perform very well. And the one that's newer, the one that's like 7 or 8 years old, I mean, it's not bad, but I don't have Windows on it, and I don't want to buy a key because that's like $100. Might as well just get another laptop. But yeah, I accidentally wiped off Windows, so I lost access to that. And I actually had pictures of when I was experimenting with animated avatars back in 2015 on that computer, and I lost that. Oof. I know what it looked like, though. I can probably draw it up, and I probably will at some point. Alright. Actually, what I could do is just whenever someone types IDE, I can make the bot just say Atom and shit. Like it's a command or something. That would probably fix it. I don't know. Oh wait, this isn't like Discord. If I make a bot delete messages, it just shows message removed and it doesn't actually hide it fully. Or at least I don't think it does. It shows message removed on my end. I don't know what it does for everyone else. What's wrong with Arch? I use, well, right now I'm on Windows, as you can tell by my, bar here. Because OBS doesn't allow VSTs on Linux, or, and I need VSTs to EQ my voice. There's a bunch of other things that I don't think are going to be compatible on Linux, but I do have Manjaro set up, and I do use that for, like, school and stuff. Anyways, so I've done the performance test, and I've got the camera locking. So I want to add the part that limits my dashes and jumps. So I'm going to do jumps first because that's going to be easy. I'm just going to give it 2. So head over to the player. Actually, wait. Yep, it should be on the player. Self.maxJumps equals 2. Self.jumps equals self.maxJumps. And I can call this line whenever I hit the ground, which I already dealt with for the camera locking. So now, I need to find the jumps part. Where are the jumps done? Dash, weapon stuff, motion, what? Oh, jump. If self.jumps, so that just means not 0. Self.jumps, my skills 1. So now I should just get 2 jumps. Yeah, it works. So next up I have these infinite dashes, but I want to put this on a cooldown, which is going to be a little bit more complicated. And like, what's going to be in this game probably is you're going to have your primary weapon, which is just your left click, and then you're going to have a skill that's bound to right click. And there'll probably be like other skills and whatnot bound to like E, Q, R. But yeah, your primary attack is going to be left click, and then your primary skill is going to be right click, and in this case it's the dash. Not sure I should put it on the UI though. I could put it below the weapons. I was thinking of like having a box with an icon and like a cooldown bar, so like it'll turn gray and stuff, and like kind of like a League if you think about it. But yeah, I'm thinking below here, but it's a little bit awkward because all of the other stuff here does not have like boxes. Like the weapon selection does not have a box. The ammo doesn't have a box, but the health bar does. So it seems weird to have the box for the health bar up here and then a box below for the secondary. So I might put the secondary above, or I could put it to the left of the health. That would be interesting. But then I don't have very much space for the icon. Like, the icon's gonna be really small if I do that. I mean, that might be fair. Below probably does seem better. The only thing is that right now there's this nice curve, like in the UI, where it starts out really wide and it gets thinner as it gets down to the weapons. But if I put a box right below the health bar, it's going to be not as wide as everything else. So when you have all of those elements of different sizes and you don't organize them in like an orderly way, it creates these visual edges that are very distracting. So I don't really like the idea of putting it on the I definitely don't like the idea of putting it on the bottom. But below the health bar, I don't really like that 'cause it's not wide enough. So I'm thinking to the left of the health bar, but then it's going to be too small. I could put all the skills lined up on the bottom here, like League or something. That would be funny. That actually doesn't seem like a half bad idea. Yeah, I kind of like that. Because it's a completely different spot. It's just a bunch of boxes. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I can make them a bit bigger that way as well. So, going to pull up my stuff here. Vagrant. Oh. What? Why is this? I have my scene transition set up to match the title of the windows, and because this folder is called Vagrant, when I click it, it switches to the game scene. That's an easy fix, but I'm not gonna bother with that right now. Alright, so data, images, okay. So I'm going to draw it in here. It looks like I should add an MS Paint view, well, scene. That'd be funny because I open it up so much. I might as well have one. Yeah. Okay. Making a circle next to the health bar. You don't want to mix shapes like that. It's a bit distracting. This voice, are you talking about my voice, is fun? Also, I do not know what Baby Vegeta sounds like. It's technically not an avatar outline, it's a shadow, because it's not, like, on the left side. I just used the script package. That's the only extension I really use. That and Kite. How do you divide each item? I mean, I just drew it in different spots. I have, if you look back on my stream, so you can see how I load it. Okay. Do I have the health bar here? No, I don't. I wanted to use that as a size reference. Whatever. So the icons I will make like 16 by 16, which means this needs to be 18 by 18 to fit the 16 by 16 inside of it. So now the question becomes, how do I make this fit with other elements? I can't do that actually. I can do that. I can do a pattern like that. Because when you stick this next to more of these, like I want one image. I don't want to have like side images and whatnot. I want them to like nicely fit together. Yeah, when you like stack them like this, they fit nicely. Wow. That's cool and all, but I do think the inside here needs a little bit of a gap because there we go. Actually, wait. I have a better idea for where to put this gap. What if I put it right here? There we go. That'll look trippy. And now I can put them next together like this. Looks nice. There we go. So yeah, I can put the skills in there. So now, take this. I need to turn off the transparent selection. File, save as, and we'll call this one skill.png. There we go. So now, I need to render like 3 of them, or 4. So it's going to be right-click QER. So there's going to have to, I should like have something that shows you the buttons associated with it, but what would I even show for the ones associated with right click? Maybe nothing, I guess, who knows. I'll just leave it for now. So I need to go over to the renderer, because the renderer script takes care of the UI, which is down here. Health, and I can do skills. For I in range 4. And so the position equals self.game.window.display.get width. I can't type. Divided by 2. So that's going to be in the middle. And then you want to subtract I by, wait, no, 2 by the width. Hold on. Skill count equals 4. So in reality, it's not like 2. It's skill count divided by 2, and then multiplied by the size of the images, which is actually just going to be 16. Wait, the offset from each one needs to be 17 actually. And plus I by 17. And now self.game.window.display.bullet, self.game.assets.miscellaneous.skill, is it skill or skills? I think it's skill. And position, and the horizontal position is going to be self.game.window.display.get height. I believe it's minus 22 minus 18, wait, 19? Something like that. I don't know, I'm about to find out. I was close, I was a few pixels off. Is it 20? 20 I think is like the border size. Do I have to have that stored somewhere. It's probably in the config. Let's see if I have it down here. It's got to be in here. So, offset, scaled resolution, base don't apparently store it. Oh wait, no, it's the offset, I think. So if I go over here, window, yeah, it's offset. I accidentally closed the renderer. Oops. Renderer. So go down here, and it's actually going to be plus and then self.game.window.offset, and then 1 for the y-axis offset. There we go. Should I show the bottom part? Maybe not. So let's bump this down a notch. 18. Perfect. So my skill's gonna go down there. Nothing right now though, so I do need to draw the first skill, which is going to be dash. I want to add like a cape to the character. Ran into that one. Oh, there's 104 people watching. Nice. If you watch back on the streams, you can probably see me implement it. Maybe. It's just Trig. Watch my Trig video. I give you everything you need to make shooting like that. Alright. If you have issues with Pyweek, you should really give feedback to the competition. I think I told people the issues I had with it, and I don't know if anything was done. But when I mentioned it, it didn't sound like anything was going to be done. I think people pretty much just accepted that that was going to be the way it was. It was just the way the game jam was structured that I thought was poor, and resulted in those issues. In terms of game jams, I think the Alka Jam, which is the one I participate in the most, is probably it is the best run one I've seen, which is why I keep participating in them. And that's also how I ended up becoming a moderator for it. Was just because I've been there pretty much since the start. And the Alka Jam was started because, well, partially, or I don't know if it was started because of it, but a lot of the user base came to the Alka Jam because they took issue with the way the Ludum Dare was being run. The original people participating in the Alka Jam were like Ludum Dare veterans and whatnot. And I do not play chess. I know how to play chess, and I've played chess, but I do not actively play chess. Okay. So I need to draw a skill thing for this. Hold on. Where is it? Desktop, vagrant, and it's gonna do that thing. This is, I don't know. I need to get rid of that for the next stream. But watch me forget, and I'm gonna be stuck with it. Data images. So I'm just gonna make a new folder and call it skills. And I'll just draw it in here and save it to there. So it just needs to be like a basic dash. Should this be the background maybe? This could be the background for the skills. So it needs to be 16 by 16. That's 17. There we go. 16 by 16. So I need something that looks like dashing. Let's just do a really rough sketch. Hold on. No. There we go. And I can just draw that. And then not put eyes on it. Well, I need the black thing first. So you know it's a hood. Alright. Wait. What if I do that weird eye trail thing. Huh. Wait. So look. Uh-huh. There we go. Now, I think the flat line looks better. So you can just do this. And do I have like a darker color I can use here, or this is a lighter color? I'll just use the lighter color. And now I can grab the darker color to do some other visual effects here. So it looks like a blur. That's good. So now I just want to do some last few details in the background here. Make it look nice. How should I do this? I could do like, wait. You know what? I'm just going to take this thing and plop it on top of something else. So I'm gonna make another 16 by 16. Do this, so I can use the line tool. Actually, I can do it like this. There we go. Now, with the transparent selection, I should be able to just plop this on top like that. Boom. And that's the scale icon. So, just gonna grab it. And I gotta save this. File, save as, images, skills, and call it dash. And I do need to add that to my automatic asset loading. What is it? Assets. And I just do, it's this, skills, and until I have a full skill system, I'm just going to fake this, and if I is 0, and instead of doing that, let's position +4, 3, 4, 3, 4. No, I think it's 3. Self.game. And it's going to be wait, no. Assets.skills dash. Okay, 2 issues. First, it's in the wrong spot. Second of all, color key's wrong. So first, let's fix the positioning. I think it needs 2 more in that direction and 2 more in this direction. I'm not sure if that's correct. I think that's correct, actually. Alright. So now I just need a background color fix. So for this, that's easy. Just go here, open this up, and throw in a 1 there so it doesn't get color keyed. Okay, hold on. Gonna have to look very closely here to make sure I get all of the points, because you can't actually tell when they've changed color because it's just 1 RGB difference. Just trying to make sure I click every single spot so I don't get any transparent spots. And that fixed it. So there's a skill. I'm wondering if maybe it should be a little bit duller, because I don't know how I'm gonna overlay text over that. Die. And I died. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna want text on the top right for charges, probably. It's gonna be tricky. And then, yeah, I think it's going to have to be dark a bit or something like that. Or I could put it above, because it looks like there's a bit of a slot right here. Oh my goodness, I'm stupid. I've got the... How long have I had that open? Yeah, sorry about that. The thing is, like, in my peripheral vision, I've got OBS, so I can see what you guys are seeing. I don't know why I didn't, notice it for that long. But yeah, it's fixed now. But yeah, I need to add some numbers to the skill to show how many charges I got left. And then, but I was thinking of top right, but it looks like I've got a slot right above here. I could put a number there. That would fit. So, actually I'm going to have to implement a skill system to keep track of the charges for the dash. So, let's do that then. Self.skills equals this. It should be a list, or no, it's gonna have to be split up into the slots. So actually no, it would just be for the 4 slots like this. So there you go. Now I need a skill class. So that goes under scripts, new file, skill.py, class skill, def, init, self. So it's just going to have a bunch of fields. So I also needs to have the owner. Self.owner equals owner. And it's going to need to know what type of skill it is. So like I think it's suggesting password. I don't know why. Skill type. Self.skill type type equals skill type. Actually, wait, no. Or trying to think of how I should do this, because I think each skill should be its own object. So I can script it individually. Actually, I'll keep this. Wait. I had a system for this with the weapons, I think. Did I? Yeah, create weapon. What is create weapon doing? Yeah, this mess. Alright. So I could implement another system like this. I really should have made a general system for scripting like this, where it can have like base scripts or something like that. Whatever. So I'm just going to do so it doesn't need that actually. equals, I guess it can. Skill type, and then class dash skill, and it inherits from skill. Is that green? Or am I seeing things funny? Def init self owner doesn't need the skill type. We can do just super dot init and owner, and it'll be just dash. Is this how you do this? I don't remember. Whatever, I'm not gonna mess with that too much. Not gonna do decorators. So, all skills equals dash skill, and that's how I access it. It's very manual. Def use self self.charges, hold on, self.charges max equals 1, self.charges equals self.charges max. So I don't have to do that now. Use, so if self.charges, so not 0 essentially, self.charges max equals 1. Actually, that should be in here. Def use self, and so it'll do that, and then over here I just do super dot use. So now I can write whatever code I want here for the actual use of the skill, which in this case it's going to be so I forgot that there were all these attributes attached to the player for the dash. So I'm thinking I'm going to give the skill function an update and a render call. It sounds kind of stupid, but I don't. Wait, does this have a render? I don't think it renders anything actually. So maybe just an update. Yeah, I'll have an update call that gets called every frame, and it'll do a bunch of this stuff. So it's got its own timer. So self.dash timer equals 0, and def update self. I'm going to create a base function here for update, but it doesn't have to do anything. Pass dash timer dt. I'll pass it. Actually, no, this thing should have access to the game. So game self.game equals game, self.game.window.dt. there we go. And then this needs to be dash timer. So what else does the player do here? So it has this. Hold on. I'm just going to do a bit of magic here. Shorthand. Why is this not being highlighted? That is a keyword. If whatever. If not, the dash timer means it is stationary. This is just velocity normalization. So actually, this is going to be. That's just always. And then, so that just becomes if dash timer. So if it's dashing, you normalize it. But it needs to subtract however much it's already being normalized. So this becomes 1750. Alright. What? What do you mean the Ludum Dare email verification is broken? There's a lot of stuff broken with the Ludum Dare. Alright. Okay. So I've got this, what is this? Oh. So the player needs to, like, the player's code needs to not know what a dash even is. Huh. Hold on. Let's do this. Self.gravity on equals true. And I'll do this. So now I can go down here, and if gravity is on, then it'll do that stuff. Anything else? Velocity, air timer, weapon, and then here's the dash code itself. But I need to go over to the dash skill and do self.owner gravity on equals the boolean of self.dash timer. Wait, it needs to be the inverse. Equals not bool. Okay. So now I just have to do this last section here. If self.dash spawn particles, blah blah blah, add destruction particles is just a visual effect. This can go here. This is owner. I'm going to need to copy this around a few different places. And need to do this. If dash timer, then so the game.window, yeah, that should be fine. And then mouse state right. So this is the initial thing. So this needs to be called on the use of the skill. So that actually goes down here. So instead of self.velocity, this section needs to be self.owner.velocity. So let's copy that and add that in. Anything else? Okay. What is angle? Ooh. Hold on. Wait. I can pull it from the weapon rotation. Whatever. I'm gonna store self.aim angle equals angle. And I'll throw in a dummy value. Self.aim angle equals 0. Where's the part where it... okay. Okay, so self.owner.aim angle, self.owner.aim aim angle, dash timer, spawn group, this is owner, and self.owner.aim angle. I didn't use the angle up here, did I? Ah. Okay. I think that's most of what I need for this skill. I'm almost certain I'm forgetting something, but I won't know until I try. So, technically, I just need up here from skills or skill import and then skills, and this just becomes skill dash and then create a new one with game self as the owner, and right click should be the skill 0.use. So skills, and this is actually self.skills skill 0.use. There we go. Is that right? Skill use. Did I use Pygame in here at all? I don't think so. Not. That was the name Pygame. Because if I used the name Pygame, I have to import it. Also, there's like a plane or something. It's getting very loud. Okay. So let's see how broken this is. I'm expecting like at least a few crashes. There's one crash. It's not skill, it's skills. Skill. Wait, no, player. Skill. Skills. Game is not defined. What? Uh-huh. There we go. Crash. Math is not defined. Okay. I knew I was forgetting to import something. But it wasn't Pygame. Oh my... Something's, So what could be going wrong here? Oh, the update's not being called. So that's just going to be... Under the update for the entity, it should update all of its skills. So, I guess around here, for skill in self.skills, if skill, so if it's not none, skill.update. Update skills. No attribute dash time. What? Oh, it's dash timer. Normalize is not defined. That can be grabbed from over here. I'm just gonna take both of these. I don't know if I'm gonna need them both, but whatever. There we go, I got the dash again. Something feels wonky about the angles. Yeah, there's something wrong with the normalization. It's way too high. On the horizontal stuff only. So the player's natural normalization is 250 by DT. 1750. Oh. Wait a second. Hold on. It's like the horizontal one's like way too much or something. Or maybe it's just this one's not high enough. Going diagonal feels really wonky. Something's not right here. The normalization is not even. So normalize is there. I'll just do a self.velocity one, so I know whether or not it's normalizing. So that one's stopping when I'm dashing as it should. What? I'm gonna read chat real quick because I've gone a while without reading it. Okay. Are there any tutorials around the corner? I'll probably make one this week. Yeah. Codechemy, I don't know if they've changed their stuff, but last time I looked at it, I did not like their stuff. Why is my tracking like freaking out for some reason? Do you know why bloating transparent surfaces drops the frame rate so much? I mean, it is more complicated than a surface like without any transparency, because if you think about it, when you modify all of those pixels, you have to check whether or not it needs to be modified if you've got transparency. And if you've got partial transparency, like 50% on one pixel, it'll have to do some extra math to mix both of the pixels, the one that was originally there and what's being butted onto it. So it will be a bit slower. Also, blitting transparent surfaces is not how you do lighting, or at least that's not how I do lighting. The better way to do it is with the blit flags, which I have a video on. It's sort of like transparency, and it'll probably have like a similar performance actually, like to normal transparency, but it looks better. Thomas Randall. I used to watch his stuff, like some of his videos. I don't watch his videos anymore. What's my favorite video game? I mean, right now it's Beat Saber. I've been playing a lot of Pavlov lately, though. Okay. So I need to figure out why on earth the velocity is getting so trashed. Actually, I can just like take out these two parts and then see what happens. So that seems to be related. So what if I like severely reduce this like 1,000, and then this one's like 250 higher, so 1,250. I don't know, maybe it's possible it was always like that. I really should have like saved copies. That was not right. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think it was always like that. So the issue is that normalization is linear. So yeah, I see what the issue is here. So it would have existed before as well. But yeah, the issue is that the normalization is linear. And it's being done separately for both the horizontal and vertical velocities. So if like the horizontal velocity is lower than the vertical velocity, the horizontal velocity will go to 0 before the vertical one does. So I need to normalize it. Okay, I'm gonna use fancy math words. I need to normalize the magnitude of the vector of motion. So I basically combine these two into polar, and normalize it like that. Oh boy. Okay. I need to make sure I don't have any other normalizations going on. So, self.block movement. Or allow movement if that. So take that. Why is the AND keyword not working at it? Some of the keywords don't want to work here, the Boolean ones, for some reason. And actually I can just put this whole thing under it. Because it's all movement. Actually, this one needs to come out. And then this needs to come out. There we go. Now I just turn off the movement by, where is it? Where's that Boolean part? Aha. Allow movement. Alright. Self.allow movement equals true. Perfect. So I need to normalize that this velocity correctly. I'll write a function for it in my core functions thing. Core functions. So I have normalize, def normalize vector. Can I give it like a list? Like just point it to a list so that I don't have to take it back. Yeah, I can do that. Vector amount, and then around. So the around value is something like the value I normalized it around, so moving towards that value. So let's see, how should I do this? So angle equals math dot atan2 of vector 1 vector 0 magnitude equals math dot square root of vector 1 squared plus vector 0 squared. Wait. Yeah, that's right. I think. It's a distance formula. Okay, so now you want to scale the magnitude. So, magnitude. You actually just normalize the magnitude, so it can you just call it the other normalized function. Magnitude. By the amount, around equals around. And then it returns the value. So magnitude equals that. Now I have to set the new magnitude. So vector 1 equals math dot sine, because that's y, of the angle by the new magnitude. And then I have to do this for the x-axis. And it's going to be cosine, because that's x. Alright, so hopefully I did that right. And I can do self.owner.velocity equals normalize. Oh wait, no, I don't even have to do it. Normalize vector self.owner.velocity, and I want to normalize it by 2000 by dt, and the around is already assumed to be 0. Alright. I do need to import that though, so normalize vector. Boom. Normalize vector is not defined. What? I just imported it. Hello. Normalize vector. Hello. Vector. There's the problem. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. It doesn't do that weird thing where it stops at one, like in one direction, like just points in the other direction. The issue I got from doing the X and Y axis separately. There we go. So that fixes that issue. Okay. You're getting a quest like an Oculus quest? Facebook. I don't know what the UI theme I'm using is. It's one of the popular ones. I mean, obviously, you'll have performance issues no matter what you use, as long as you do, like, if you get far enough in the game development, you'll have performance issues no matter what you use. So yeah, I've had issues with Python Pygame, but I mean, it's easily fixed by just writing better code. It's not hard to optimize things to get what you want. My goodness, Slack is popping off. I do not use Pygame.math. Wait, did it normalize? Hold on, I want to see that. Pygame docs math. Why does it have a vector 3? Cross magnitude, normalize. No, normalize forces it to be length 1. So when I said normalize, I'm not, because I forgot, or at least I think normalize is a actual term for vectors. But yeah, what I meant was reducing it. It's like the normalization over time. Okay. You can scale to length. So what you can do is you can probably get the length and then scale it to a new length. So yeah, you could do the same thing with the vector stuff, but they don't have like a direct function that I could use to replace what I did. I would still build it using this. And like honestly, looking into this and figuring out what functions I'd need to use would probably take longer than just writing what I wrote. Oh, the background's not good on your eyes? I think it's better when you're like there's more foreground and you're not like looking at the stripes. But yeah, it probably depends on the person as well. Okay, so I can close the core functions. Now I need to add the count for the skills, which can go above. So that's going to be coming from this thing, my text system. That does not need to be there. Oh, actually, I need the charges thing. Wait a second, I shouldn't be able to dash more than once. Wait a second. I need something to trigger, self dot was do I have anything to track the ground time? Wait, air timer. Let's see. Actually, no, I don't want the dashes to reset on the ground. It can reset in the air. It'll just have a cooldown. What? Oh, wait. Return true, so you can use it, else return false. And I can do if that, then I can use the skill. So now I should only be able to use it once. Yeah, I only got to use it once. There you go. So now I can do this thing. So self.charges max equals how many charges? 4? Self.charges equals self.charges max. Self.charge rate equals, and self.charge rate, this is going to be default, and I'll give it like 1 second. Equals 2 seconds to recharge a dash sounds fair-ish. Self.charge equals 0, how much progress is made towards the next charge. So on update, it needs to do super.update. So on update, it'll work on the charge. So if self.charges does not equal self.charges, wait, no, is less than self.charges max. Who knows, there may be a way to overcharge a skill in the future so you have more charges than the specified max, so gotta leave room for that. So if it's less than the max, then that charge plus equals self.game.window.dt. If self.charge is more than self.charge rate, self.charge equals 0, self.charges plus equals 1. So that'll add a charge. Yeah. So I should have 4, and then it will recharge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's working. I just need an indicator to show how charged it is. So I need a rendering system here. Def render self surf location image equals self.game.assets.skills and self.skill type, so that's going to be the base image. Copy it, and I'm going to make another surface for the charging progress, or just wait, it's like a okay, I'm only going to show it if I only have 0 like the charging progress if I have 0 charges remaining. So if self.charges is 0, I could have done not self.charges. I'll do it actually because it's more consistent with what I've been doing. Self.charges progress equals self.charge divided by self.charge rate. So that's the proportion. So now charge surf equals pygame.surface, and it's going to be image.getWidth, and then image.get height by 1 minus progress. And this does need to be an integer too. So now, image.blit charge surf to 0 and image.get height minus charge surf.get height. That's just going to be bottom bounded. Like the overlay is going to be anchored to the bottom. So now surf.blit image to location. Also I need special flags equals blend RGBA sub and charge surf.fill. So it's going to subtract like 50 70 from the RGB of whatever's on there. Surf blit. Okay. So now go over to the renderer and I can render the skills. So if self.game.world.entities.player.skills wait, you know what? I'm gonna shorthand this. Skills equals that. If skills I, then it'll render the image. So so I don't need a blit like that. It needs to be skills I.render onto self.game.window.display at this position. So that should do the cooldown, but it's probably going to crash for some reason or another. No? Okay. Cephal. How many times did I write Cephal? That's the real question. Cephal. Under skill. Cephal. Pygame is not defined. Okay. I knew I was going to need it at some point. Point. 3, 4. Needs to be int. I already made it an int. Hello? What happened here? Is this not? Oh. Need more parentheses. Yep. That's Pygame.blender GBA sub. You have to import from locals if you wanna not do that. Okay, wait. Is it there? There it is. It just disappears. It's because of the color key. Oh my goodness. That's unfortunate. So, I'm gonna remove the color key. Image set color key. I think that might be how you do it. There might be a different way. What? Fine. I'll do it this way then. 191. That way it should never be reached. What? Oh, I know why. I'm gonna have to do a bit of a hack here. So in my core function script, so what's happening is that the main, like, it's not just this surface that's having the issue. This main, the main display it's being blitted onto has a color key itself, I think. So I can't have black. Which means I have to go over to this and pull up swap color. Swap color. So image, swap color, image, old color, new color. So 0, 0, 0, 001. Image equals that, and that should fix the color keying. There we go. There. Okay, I think it's subtracting way too much. I can't see anything. So skill, let's take this down to 30. Well, something's definitely wrong there. Are these flags not working? Well, let's see if I do add. Should make it brighter. Yeah, that works. Why isn't sub working? What? Why would not a sub not work? Interesting. What if I do like 2? Do I still get black? Yeah, I do. That's so weird. Because I was using sub earlier on, actually in here. Right here. What? Why does it work there? Huh. Image.convert alpha? Oh, wait, no. Convert alpha? Who knows, sometimes it does weird stuff and you gotta put that in. No, that wasn't it. What is it? So it's getting filled. The position's correct because I mean, tested that. With the ad works. It just doesn't want to sub. So I have to take out the A, just RGB sub. That works. I don't... Okay. Not gonna question it. I'll leave it as is. I think it needs to be a little bit darker. Not 1,000. People going off in the chat about other people asking about the ID. Wow. Story as old as time. Okay. Yeah, the description doesn't exist apparently, yeah. That's how it goes. Okay, so now I need the number for the charges remaining. So surf location, so I can, using this information I can actually render the charge from here. I do need to import from the text though. So from .text import, what do I need? Actually no, I don't. It's an object in the assets. So I believe fonts, and then I just go font name. Small font I believe is the name. Yeah, small font. Okay, so right here, self.game.assets.fonts small font. Was it .fonts? I should have kept track of that. Yeah, it's fonts. .render, I believe. Dot render, and I do need to get the width. But text surface location. So the text will just be the remaining charges. So str self.charges. If self.charges is more than 1. Because if it's 1 charge, you can tell you've got 1 charge just because there's no cooldown on it. So render it. And what are the other arguments? Surf location. So onto surf at location 0. Well, location 0. And it does need to be like centered, so image.get width by 2 minus, and then I need to get the width. So self sec. How many different ways can I misspell self? Assets, fonts, small font dot width of that divide by 2. Location 1 minus A9. Is that it? Who knows? Crash. Key error, small font. Is that not what it is? Small white. Are you kidding me? Small white. Okay. Small white. So there you go. 4 charges. 3, 2, 1. And then I can like... There's just too many. Hold on. Let's try this again. I want a shadow on that. It's a bit bright. So I'm gonna go over here. Wait, no, it's assets. Here. Small. Black. And can't get it color keyed, so it's gotta have that one thing. Now I can take this and do it again. And then black. Black. And it needs to be lower, which means decrease the subtraction. And then I'll put it down into the right, so it's +1. There we go. So you can, there's a little bit of an outline on that number 4 there. And I died. We okay. That's good. There we go. So I've got skills now. 4 charges. And okay. Oh my goodness, why am I'm at 3,000 playbacks. That's insane. Ah. Oh. Okay, so what's next? So I've got skills. I've got the jump limit. I've got the I've got the camera limitations. So is it enemies next? Ow. So I could make more enemies. I really want to make enemies that are oh boy. I really want to make enemies that are actually just instances of the player with their own skills and weapons. That would be funny. Because, I mean, it's not too hard to do the AI. And, like, using the weapons is easy. Just left click and point at the player. And, skills, that one's a little bit more difficult. But, I mean, I can go without the skills, technically. Now, like, just movement in general gets a bit tricky in platformers. Initially I wanted to do some, like, A-star stuff with grappling hooks, but, that sounds like a bit of a mess, and there's too many ways it could get messed up. So, I'm thinking I'm just going to make it so that, like, when you encounter something that's player-like, it locks the camera, and you can't go outside of that. Or something like that, or to some extent, or it's just like a location that works well for that. And the instance of the player you're fighting would just kind of stand on an island, maybe go in the air a little bit above it, but not like leave it. I can easily track if it's above an island. Just look below by like 20 tiles or something until it finds some ground, and then don't move into a spot where that's not the case. Yeah. But I don't. It seems like a kind of big task, and I only feel like streaming for another 30-40 minutes. So, What else can I do here? I could make like some simpler enemies, maybe, or I could make different weapons. I feel like there's some other major feature I needed to do, but I can't remember. I really need to keep a list. Wait a second, that felt funky. Oh, I need to fix the bullet damages. They all do the same amount of damage, so the revolver is just as strong as the SMG. Like, in terms of individual bullets, so the SMG is by far the strongest. I also need to fix the knockbacks. I believe projectiles? Yeah, this is the problem. So, take this. Revolver, rifle. SMG. Were there 3? Yeah, I think there's 3. So revolver is going to have the most powerful shot for whatever reason. Probably not realistic, but who cares? So let me give it 10. This is gonna be a couple shots. Rifles a little bit less than twice as strong as the SMG. Okay, so now I can go over to where's the part? Oh, I think it's over in weapons where I specify. Yeah. So I don't even have to change any code, which is amazing. That's how I meant to design the system. So, in theory, yeah, it's strong. And then the P90's, well, it's not a P. It looks like a P90, but this thing kills super fast. The revolver, the rifle is pretty strong as well. It can shoot a lot longer than the SMG, but I think the fire rate's slower, so it technically doesn't do as much damage. I need to like add. Oh yeah, I need to add variance and accuracy. How should I do that? Weapons. Do I have an accuracy thing? Accuracy. I'm actually going to turn up the damage on the revolver shots because it's going to be so a lot less accurate. 13. Okay, so weapons accuracy will be so this should be like number of radians offset, something like that. Or what I can do is do like an accuracy of 1 is perfect. If I do like 0.2, it would be everything except for the range of 0.2 radians behind you, something like that. So 0.9 is pretty inaccurate, but accuracy 0.97, so that one's going to be the most accurate. And then SMG accuracy 0.9. Like, is it fair to give it the same accuracy as the revolver? Maybe. I think that's fair. So now time to add that. It's just going to be under weapon. No, that's window. Weapon. So it's gonna take accuracy. Accuracy. So when it attacks, aha. This is like the default, and I think that I'm pretty sure the sword just overwrites that. Yeah, it does. So the default weapon is a gun in this game, essentially, or the default logic. So this, hold on, let's do this a little bit differently. Shot offset. No, angle. I'll call it accuracy, and then I'll just calculate it down here on attack. Offset. Angle offset equals self.accuracy. So you want to do 1 minus self.accuracy, because I want to, the offset needs to be the inverse of the accuracy. So it's the inaccuracy that scales. So if your accuracy is 1, you're gonna get 0 for this. And then it needs to be by math.pi, which is half a circle in radians. Actually, let's do by, yeah, I'll do like that. And now I can do minus angle offset plus random by angle offset by 2. Does this thing have random? Yeah, it does. So I should have it doesn't like the trailing commas. That drives me crazy. Accuracy. So I don't think the sword has accuracy. That's just, it doesn't need it. It doesn't mean anything on the sword. So it should be like pretty accurate. That's still pretty inaccurate. Hold on. So this is gonna be knocked up to 9.5 with how inaccurate 97 was. So you know what? I'm just gonna kill them because they're in my way. I didn't mean to click the window. Whatever. Okay. So how's this? That's pretty accurate. I like that. Yeah. That's gonna need to be a bit more accurate. Although I feel like that's fine. That maybe a tiny bit more accurate on the SMG. So this I think was maybe a little bit too accurate, so I'm gonna knock it down a tiny bit, and then this could be a little bit more accurate, and then this could be quite a bit more accurate, so I'll give it 7. So let's just spray it. And then good thing I have those dashes. So boop. I didn't mean to die there. Okay, hold on. It's I do need to set a limit on how fast I can click on that thing. There we go. So, oop. I like that accuracy. That seems fine to me for a rifle. Boom, boom. I think that's good enough. Actually, maybe I should turn it down a little bit. I don't know. Maybe the like I don't think it should be too inaccurate. I don't want it to. It's more like for realism than anything else. I feel like because the inaccuracy is kind of an annoyance. I mean, to some extent it makes sense to have it as a mechanic, but RNG is not great in a precision action game. So I'm fine with leaving things fairly accurate. I mean, like, as long as the target's of a decent size and they're not like all the way on the edge of the screen, you're gonna hit your shots. So like anything right where my mouse is here, that should pretty much hit. And then this, you can aim all the way to the edge of the screen just fine, hit just about anything as long as you're on it. And although I guess you got to think about the fact that the player's aim is not going to be perfect, so it's going to be slightly off. But generally, it's going to be somewhere around the enemy. So you will miss a little bit more with the inaccuracy, I guess. And then there's the sword. Perfectly accurate every time. Okay. You think it's cool that I go for a speedrun of coding? I'm not really like speedrunning coding now, although when I'm in game jams I do that. Is this some kind of upgraded air blaster? What happened was, this is a combat experiment, which means I just took a lot of assets from Air Blaster to get development moving, so that I'm not like spending too much time drawing stuff. You found my channel today. You're very excited to explore my content, and the stream has been excellent. Thank you. I hope you enjoy my stuff. And yeah, this is going to be my first stream that's going to be publicly archived, so that you don't have to go to that one playlist with all my streams in it. Because I did that vote on it, and people... I forgot what exactly it was, but it was something like 3 to 1, or something around that number of people that wanted it publicly visible versus people that wanted my streams in the playlist. Skill idea, spin air attack, like Link in Super Smash Bros. Hold on, let me grab something real quick. Like, like, wait, does it using this? Like the spin that's about to be shown here. That spin. That would be like that's on my list probably. Like this is the same sword. If I name this sword later, it's gonna have the same name as Wait, did I name it? Oh boy, I actually never named it in my games that I've released with the sword in it. The white hilt with the red blade, I named it in an unreleased project. It was called the Carnelian blade, I believe. But this sword has appeared in more of my games than anything else. Like I don't have anything else that crosses over my games as much as this sword. But yeah, also I think what'll happen is one of these skill slots will be, or maybe even two of them will be tied to your weapon. or maybe 3. It could be 3. But the right-click one is going to be its own separate thing that you get in some way or another, and it's going to just start off being the dash because it's a very useful one. And I can't imagine like, I mean, like, some people are gonna want to swap it off of the dash, but I think I have too much fun with the dash to like swap it off. But there will be other options other than the dash for your primary skill. So yeah, I'll either have like 2 skills tied to your weapon with 1 extra for whatever thing, or I'll have 3 skills tied to your weapon. I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to do there yet, but that'll be interesting. And yeah, the spinning sword thing is probably going to be one of the skills for this blade, because this blade, that's its signature move. It's just spinning in a circle. Grenade launcher? Yeah, I can do that. That would be fun. I can do all sorts of dumb stuff. I mean, I've got particle physics, as you can see with this. There's all like yeah, all those bullets, they have physics. So I can easily add physics for projectiles. Like oh, those bouncing ball things, those have physics from the main enemies that I've got so far. So it'd be kind of like that. That'd be the grenade thing. Maybe bounce a couple times and explode, or maybe it would explode on impact, and then it would shoot chunks of stuff all over the place that would have its own physics like the bullets do. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Uh-oh, that's not good. You're good in design, why don't you fix the weapon design? What's wrong with the weapon design? Oh, you want a beautiful weapon? I mean, I'm probably going to change the color of the weapons later, because it does clash with the background. But I'm probably going to change the color of the player later, and I'm just not going to mess with it too much until then. The way it looks right now is just so I know what it is. How do you get the low quality render? Are you just drawing everything possible frame for all entities? What? Are you talking about the pixel art? The pixel art is just scaled. If you watch my tutorials, I show you how to do that. It's like the 2nd video or something, or maybe the 3rd. I don't remember. I think it's the 3rd. And yes, people actually make games with Python. I've sold 2 and made an equivalent of $22 an hour from game sales. I'm sitting too far back. The tracking's not working. Okay. So, yeah, today I did the camera limitations, so I can't go too far off. I did the skills. I did the inaccuracy for different weapons, although it's gone. So I think I'm gonna stop here. A little bit tired. I don't know why. I don't. Well, sometimes I can sit down and work on games for like 8 hours or whatever. It really depends, but like early on in development, and if it's not a game jam like this, I usually only do like 2-3 hour bursts. And if you look at all my streams, I've most of my streams are like 2 hours or less. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. Also, quick shout out to my other stuff, I guess. I will be posting the code for this project on Patreon soon, so if you're interested in taking a look at what I'm working on here, that'll be on Patreon. In the future, I am going to, well, if this turns out well, I'm going to probably make this as a paid game and then implement this combat system into my devlog project, which will be a free game though. So that's kind of the roadmap here. But yeah, if you're interested in getting this code, you can become a patron. There's a link in the description. There's tons of other code snippets and whatnot and other random projects I've thrown in there just for patrons. When I release my games, even if it's paid, I do release the source with it. Patreon is just the way you get access to it earlier, I guess. Although in the case of my devlog, it's been on my Patreon for several months, I think. And it's probably going to be at least a year before that project's released, so there is a very big time difference in how early you get access to the source, depending on whether or not you're a patron. Yeah, well, yeah, there should be a link in the description. If not, you can probably just look up my name on Patreon or go to one of my other videos and there's a link in the description. Also, there's my Discord server, which I'm almost certain there's a link for in the description, where you can ask questions, like programming questions related to Python and Pygame, because I notice there's a lot of people asking those types of questions in the stream. I've been trying to answer those less, because there are tons of people capable of answering those questions in my Discord server, and there's channels dedicated to that. Also, I mean, there's channels for showcasing your projects and stuff as well. So, yep. I'm gonna end the stream here. See you guys.